You see, it's not just a TV. It's a Sony.
So you guys may or may not know that I'm actually interested in getting back to retro gaming, in which I want to play games as they were meant to be played with the CRT television. I want to get that feeling like I had as a kid when you're sitting in front of your old TV and the sound it makes when it turns on. Back when games were made for PlayStation 1 and 2, they were made natively in 240 to 480p. And most televisions nowadays can't support that resolution, right? So if you play games on your current HD monitor or your flat screen, what your flat screen will do is stretch out the game from 240 to a 1080 or 720p. I went online to search for this TV, right? And I saw the seller selling it for a pretty decent price. It was still pretty expensive. It's about 180 US dollars. I had to take 2 trains to go to this place called Bugis, which is like it's kind of considered like a really hot spot for people to go out, have fun. It's like a big mall. But when you leave the mall and you walk towards the streets, you walk towards like an old part of like Singapore. You get to see like old buildings, things like that. So I was having a really good time, right? I felt like a tourist because essentially I've never been to this part of Singapore ever since I lived here for the past 11 years. I met him at this old building, which is a theater building. I think it's like a performance art school or something. So this guy is kind of eccentric. He has a ponytail, he wears glasses, he's taller than me. He doesn't really look like someone really friendly to talk to. When he opened up his door, he brought me to the studio with a whole bunch of stuff. Like his entire studio was kind of like hoarders, but except like I'm there in real life. Kami says, what's that so expensive for such an old TV? I'll explain. The reason why the TV is so expensive is 180 US dollars because this is not a regular CRT TV. This is a broadcasting model. So what many people don't know is that there are consumer model televisions, they are industrial level monitors. So TVs like these are used for like broadcasting stations or for hospitals. So this is the CRT PVM. So it's about 14 inches. It has more capabilities. The colors are more vibrant. There's 500 lines, which means that it can showcase more of the games. Obviously, it's not the top of the line. And to be honest, like this thing was heavy, bro. Like it was like about this big. It looks small, but when you try to carry this thing was like 40 to 50 kg. Now, I don't know why this thing was so heavy until I opened it up. We actually hit it off. He was a really cool dude. And he was like kind of interested to know why I was using the machine. I told him I was a streamer and he got really interested. He wanted to try to do podcasting. He did think about streaming stuff. I think he's a hobbyist. Let me see. He likes to create like really cool graphics using the TV. We really hit it off. We talked about for 2 to 3 hours. I carried this bad boy in a delivery bag that was like equally the same size, and I don't know how that guy got the delivery bag. I took it home in a cab, and that afternoon I decided I wanted to clean it, right? So I decided to open it up. This is how it looks like when it's clean. The reason why I think like old stuff is cool, as long as it's well maintained, it's clean and all that, is because this is engineering. It took years for people to figure out how to make TVs. Like someone was crazy enough to say like, hey, you know what? I want to watch something move and I want it to have colors. Look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. I really appreciate this. I was cleaning this red wire over here. You guys can see this red wire running down the TV. At the end of it, it looks like a doctor's stethoscope. You know, the ones where he put on your chest to hear your heartbeat. I used one of these alcohol swabs to like clean the wire. You know, I wanted everything spick and span. So every single wire, every single component has to be cleaned by isopropyl alcohol. As I got further down, there's like a beige box at the bottom of the long red wire. As I get closer and closer to that, I heard a sound. I heard this. And I was like, it just must be static. And I wasn't really too concerned about it. But for whatever reason, I decided not to continue cleaning that part. I was more concerned about cleaning a specific part of the TV. It's the back part of the TV which curves. I went to open up like YouTube to try to see like how to clean a CRT TV. And I should have done that before I was cleaning it, or at least as I was cleaning it. If I would have touched that beige thingy, the red wire which was connected to, I could have been electrocuted and blown to death. And I didn't notice, right? Because I thought as long as there's no live electricity running to the TV, you're safe. That's not the case. This CRT TV can contain high amounts of voltages for weeks, even though it's not plugged in. So I was literally this close to dying because I was about to clean it, but I decided for whatever reason not to touch it because I wanted to like look up on YouTube how to clean another part of the TV. So I stopped what I was doing and I picked up my phone and I started to watch a video. And as I watched the video, little did I know that video actually said that, dude, you almost died. right? And keep in mind, I was actually bringing this back from where I met the seller, and it was in a bag, and I brought it home. I took a shower. So in my mind, because it's been that long since it's been plugged in, there shouldn't be any more electricity inside this thing, or whatever was in this thing should have been discharged a long time ago. As I was doing this, like an idiot, I was doing it with my bare hands. I didn't even think of putting on like a glove. Fast forward, I saw that video and I backed away from the CRT TV. I was like, oh my god, this could have been it. People have died cleaning CRT TVs apparently, and the lucky ones who are able to survive, they apparently woke up 4 to 5 feet away with like a melted down screwdriver or something, right? Those are the ones that survive. I almost died. So I started to wear gloves. And you guys can see from the dirt of the gloves, that was how dirty the TV was. I almost got electrocuted to death and I didn't even know it. The moral of the story is, if you are going to clean a CRT television, make sure you do it with help. Probably get a professional to do it for you, or if you're going to do it yourself, make sure you're well prepared with rubber gloves because they don't conduct electricity, grounding bracelet, and at least someone around the vicinity to be on standby if shit goes south. Oh, by the way, the pluser is I slashed my hand again. The first time I slashed my hand this month was because I was cooking food, right? So the second time I slashed my hand was because I was cleaning this. As you guys can see, the corner and the edges over here are actually really sharp. So I didn't know that, right? So I had like my cloth and I was like swiping down the thing and I sliced my finger and blood spluttered out everywhere. And I was like, oh my god, not again, my baby. Like, this is my baby. If I don't have my thumb, I can't play games. So I should treat my body more carefully from now on. Yeah, my hand kind of looks purple because like there's not a lot of blood in it. I lost a lot of blood. Maybe I have an abusive relationship with my hand and I should treat my hands better.
Hey, Ouch! If you break your hand, how are you gonna control me? Huh? You ever think about that, you crazy guy?
Get out of here. This is Curry. I'm Oats, and together we are Oats
and Curry! Hi, guys!
But look at how beautifully everything is designed. As I look at this machinery, I'm thinking Iron Man, bro. Like, Tony Stark would know how to build a CRT TV on his own, and he probably has. Look at this. Isn't this straight up from a sci-fi movie? And that's what I like about old stuff, right? Like, there's a certain beauty behind it. Why do people like the Millennium Falcon? The Millennium Falcon is the best ever, man. And this is my Millennium Falcon, you know? So whenever you see something old, don't just think it's junk. Think about like what went into like the creation of something like this. Back when I was working as a concept artist in the video game industry, this is like reference material. We would use references like this to create spaceships or interiors. Because like, how often do you get to see stuff like this? Look at how the back part suspends on its own. This part of the thing, this tube, it just sticks like that. The TV's here and it sticks like that. And it's like balanced in midair. It's so cool. I wish I learned this like when I was in school, right? Like when I was in school, I don't recall them ever like teaching about CRT televisions. Yeah, man. So I'm pretty excited to play like old school games. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story, man. It's not every day, man, you get to cheat death. I don't know if I cheated death or I was just really lucky. I think I was really lucky that I stopped where I did. Otherwise, you know, maybe this stream wouldn't even be here. Like, you guys will be reading my obituary somewhere.